Hi, I am Janey from WECare and I am desperate to show you around our Tuk Tuk ambulance here at WECare. So this is the first of its kind in Sri Lanka that we know of, particularly that treats animals, and it is designed to help the 3 million street dogs of Sri Lanka in their moment of need, essentially when they need vet care, i.e. us. So this lovely thing has been designed by us, fabricated by us, and we're really pleased with how it's turned out. We've lovingly named this one Georgie, after one of our old patients who we want to immortalise forever and live on in WECare's story. We hope to have a fleet of these one day and we'll actually call them all different names, but that's just my little dream. So let me show you inside. We're coming past the flashing lights. It is a proper ambulance, of course. And then we come along the side here where we do have Georgie literally immortalised on the side of the vehicle here. It's a really incredible vehicle for us because what it means is essentially that we can get to a patient super quickly, initiate treatment immediately and save lives, because sometimes that wait in between us picking up a dog on the street and getting it to the hospital is the difference between life and death. So I'll show you where the magic happens. So we will pull up to an emergency in Sri Lanka, and often it's a bit chaotic. It might be on a back road, it might be down in a harbour, in a school, and we turn up with this thing and everyone's looking, which is actually quite nice. But particularly when we open the back, they're also super interested because, like I say, this is the first of its kind in Sri Lanka. No one has seen anything like this before. What we've tried to do is make sure that we have everything in here that we are ever going to need to save a life and to work to global veterinary standards as well. So there's no cutting corners at WECare. We've tried to make sure that the vehicle will cover all bases. So we've got everything kind of up at the sides, but we are able to drop things down to suit our needs in that moment. On the roof, we do have catching nets. We have pop-up kennels in case we're just going to slide someone in on a kennel instead of bringing the table down. We've also got a stretcher in case, we need to keep that patient immobilised. They've been involved in a road traffic accident, they have a suspected spinal fracture, pelvic fracture. We will put them on the stretcher so that we're keeping them as still as possible. And then we will shimmy them into here. So most of the time, the first thing we will do is, probably drop down a seat. We have 3 options for seats here. Again, like I say, we've made everything optional so that we can utilise the space as best as we can if we were to have fewer people in here or more dogs, for example. Then the next thing we would do is drop down the table. So this is where most of the action will happen. Our patient will go on here. We'll pop a vet bed down on there first so it's nice and comfy for them. They will be moved into here. And in this corner, we have everything we need to provide critical care. So we've got oxygen therapy, we have fluid therapy, we can intubate, we've got all of our emergency drugs. Everything is there for us to be able to initiate treatment straight away. This side, we've got all of our IV catheters, fluids, dressing materials, bandage materials. We have some gauntlets, which are big fat gloves in case the dog's getting a little bit naughty. We do have to remember that we are in a rabies endemic country, and so the risk for our staff is very real. We have muzzles, we have leads, and we also have behind me here just some aprons, because we do also have to remember, apart from rabies, we have a lot of infectious disease here. So we could be dealing with distemper virus, parvovirus, these nasty things that if they get onto us, we can then transmit onto other patients. So we do have to protect ourselves in order to protect the patient as well. So in this space, we will be working on the patient, essentially providing anything they need on that journey back to our hospital, which is the only street dog dedicated hospital on the whole entire island. And when you think there are an estimated 3 million street dogs, it's a lot of bloody pressure. But we do feel the pressure has been somewhat relieved by having this piece of magic where we can, save more lives and have less of those trips that we used to have, which is when we would have a dog on our knee in the back of a tuk-tuk squeezed in, and we didn't know if they were going to be alive by the time we got to the hospital, and we could do nothing about it. At least this way we're giving them the best possible chance, and we have already seen such a difference in survival rates thanks to this beautiful thing. We're so fortunate to have it. It was sponsored by Sainsbury's Animal Welfare Trust in the UK. We thank them immensely because, like I say, the difference in survival rates for us has been incredible. And we also thank all of you for being so invested in our journey. we're obviously here doing the hands-on stuff, but it is never, ever far from the front of our mind that we are only here because of you all. We are only able to help all of these animals because you get behind us. Yeah, we can't thank you enough. And yeah, please do stay tuned. Please watch our journey. Hopefully this is the first of many ambulances that you will see on the streets of Sri Lanka. If you are traveling in Sri Lanka anytime soon and you see us cruising around, make sure you give us a good old cheer on the way past. That would be lovely. So thanks to you all for following our journey so far. Please do continue to follow. You can like, you can subscribe, and just comment away. If you can send lots of love in the comments, it's always incredible for our team to read that, because what we're doing at this end is really quite tough from time to time, and getting those messages from you guys all over the world is just, it's such a boost for us all. So thank you for being engaged. Please stay with us. Yeah, big things to come.